Hello Cancer, Happy New Year. This is your 2019 astrology, tarot and numerology forecast with me, Anushka. Whoa, so this year is really about you in more ways than one. The North Node moves into your sign. So that means for all of us that 2019 is about being nurturing to self, looking after ourselves, and in a sense, making sure that we nurture ourselves before we do anything for anyone else. But for you, this is even more emphasized because it's in your sign. It's about you, Cancer, right? So this is a year where you're really being asked by the universe to step into your own, to follow your own path, to do what it is that truly resonates with you and for you, regardless of what anyone else thinks, what anyone else's expectations of you are. You're being asked to be a bit of a warrior in a sense, okay? And to really carry that torch forward into your life. And might mean going off of the beaten track. It might mean doing something unexpected, but it will mean following your heart and following what you know to be right for you. So this is really about your identity this year, okay? And it's about finding out who you are on a deeper level, but also, you know, being, as a result, being more authentic to yourself. The thing is with Cancers, you know, such an emotionally sensitive sign and so aware of other people's needs, quite often without other people even having to express them. And in a way, I think this is a welcome break for Cancers because it's like shutting out the noise and finally going, right, let me concentrate on me. It's not a bad thing to be selfish this year, Cancer, okay? And the North Node is going to be in your sign for about 1.5 years, all right? So it's not a bad thing to be selfish. It's not a bad thing to focus on yourself. This doesn't mean that you have to be horrible to others, obviously. But your needs are what come first, all right, as we get through this period of time. And I want you to remember that and focus on that. Some of you will be carving out a completely different path for yourselves, or really stepping into your own, you know, whether that is, managed to twist my, injure a ligament in my knee. Whether that means that you come out in some way, okay, come out as, you could come out as an astrologer, you could come out as gay, you could come out as all sorts of things, doesn't really matter. I feel like there's this sense, or there will be this sense in Cancer, the sense of urgency to really be real with who you are authentically, and it's like nothing else will do anymore. Okay, so this is really important, and I want you to nurture yourself. I want you to look after yourself. I want you to get in touch with what your needs are. Take time out from being around people in order to know what it is you need, because sometimes with being such an empathic sign, naturally empathic sign, it's very easy to have other people's expectations and desires and needs hang around in your kind of auric sphere, in your energy field, right? And it's only by taking time away and getting into that shell like the little crab, okay, that you can actually go, actually, is this mine or is this not mine? Is this my desire, is it not mine? Take that time to yourself to pinpoint what it is you want, what it is you want to create, who it is you want to be, how you want to show up in the world, because this is a time when you are being asked to do this, okay? The universe wants you to authentically self-actualize this year. All right, so I love this for you. Also, we have, it is a number 3 numerological year. So 3 is about creativity, self-expression, friendship, joy. It is about communication and happiness. So tie this in with this North Node in your sign, right? What can you do to become more happy? What can you do to bring more joy into your life? How can you be more self-expressive? All right, and it might take courage. 3 is a number of courage as well. So it may take courage to do this. It may mean that you have to be courageous to be seen for who you really are, and perhaps in some ways you feel a bit vulnerable about that. Go through the fear. Go through the fear. Get that, you know, find that courage within to live and show yourself up as authentically who you really are, okay? And never mind what other people may want to think about it or judge, how they want to judge it, all right? That's the message this year. So, you know, after a bit of a tough year in 2018, where it was really about self-mastery, we had a lot of retrogrades, which were really asking us to be honest with ourselves. We go into 2019, and the first 2 months of 2019, all the planets are direct. So that is lovely. So this is great energy to initiate whatever it is you want to initiate, to start something new, to present yourself anew to the world, okay? So use those first 2 months really constructively if you can, Cancer. One thing I wanted to mention for those of you who are interested, I have on my blog written up a whole section about your personal year number. So if you'd like to add another layer of meaning to this reading, then simply add 3 to your date of birth, and then go to my page, which I'll pin to the top of the comments section. I'll show you how to do it on there as well, and then it'll give you a breakdown of what the personal year numbers are for each number, and then that gives you an extra flavor. Right, okay, what else is going on with you, Cancer? So Uranus has been in that 10th house of yours, making what you do in the world, your career, somewhat unstable. There have been changes, there have been surprises, sudden promotions, maybe sudden job losses. It's been unpredictable. But the reason is that Uranus wants to bring a new sense of freedom to what you do, and it's saying, is this really you? Is this really what you want to do? Is this really who you are? If so, then Uranus will bring opportunity. It will bring growth, expansion. It will bring potential for innovation, okay? And sudden surprises and even windfalls. But if not, Uranus has been shaking that up, and he's retrograded back into that 10th house to basically say to you, you know, what there's something to be cleared up here in terms of your career and what you do in the world. Something else to be let go of, some adjustment to be made in terms of your perspective, okay, in what you do. Maybe you're considering going back to an old line of work because it's reliable and you know you can do it. Uranus moves into that 10th house and goes, nope. We know it doesn't work. Why are you trying to go backwards? I want you to go forwards, right? So he's trying to make sure that he's basically stamping that progressive energy on your 10th house, saying move forward. And this really sinks in with the North Node being in your sign, where it becomes about you, about what you want to do. Marching to the beat of your own drum, which is a very Uranian thing, okay? Then March the 6th, Uranus moves into your 11th house of your friendships, the groups you belong to, your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. This is also about technology and networking, okay? So this is going to see you attracting unusual people, striking up new friendships in unusual ways perhaps. But these people are likely to be very different, very progressive, people who are going to push you. And I think for a lot of you Cancers, you're going to find yourself aligning with people who push you into this new direction that you're heading, because you're changing as a person over the course of this year. And you're just going to be here for 7 years, right? And I feel like this Uranian energy is pushing you into, pushing you into your dreams and your hopes. So you may meet somebody and at first not think much of it, but they're a really interesting person, they're very inspiring, they've got a lot of interesting ideas. And then a few years down the line, all of a sudden, it was that you find that, oh, because you met that person, you got this opportunity to do something that is what you've always wanted to do. So look out for opportunities as it comes to your communities, your friendship groups, the people you align yourself with, the causes you belong to, okay? And this can see you being very innovative in terms of networking. If you do anything like, if you have a YouTube channel or a website or anything like that, you can be really creative and really kind of step outside of the box in terms of how you do things, and it should be quite well received, all right? So also I see some of you really becoming interested in becoming, the more humanitarian causes, and you might meet people actually through humanitarian efforts and through esoteric groups and societies and astrological societies. That may be where you meet these really interesting people. So yeah, like I said, Uranus in that 10th house going to the 11th, letting go of what you think you should be doing and following what your true heart's desire is, echoing that North Node in your sign. Jupiter is there in your 6th house, okay? Jupiter is happy in Sagittarius. And in your 6th house, Jupiter is expanding your day-to-day life, your day-to-day activities. Now this can play out in various ways. So let's start with the obvious, okay, because this rules your day-to-day work as well. So this can mean that the place you work at expands, right? Maybe they go international, maybe they have a foreign investment come in. Maybe you're able to travel through the work that you do. That's a potentiality, which would be really nice. So a feeling of more freedom, more space in work. That could be literally, or just feeling psychologically like maybe you get promoted, and as a result you have more freedom to manage your own time, more space to do your own thing how you want. This is also great for anybody who works in publishing, in media, in teaching, in law, in universities, okay, or even in kind of spiritual kind of areas. This is really good. And travel as well. This can see you gaining new clients. This can see your business expanding, the business you work for rather expanding. Okay, so this is really positive as well. But coming away from the job and going back to the day-to-day, Jupiter expanding this area really is, I think, bringing a sense of more joy and more opportunity just to the everyday. And I think that's a really special thing. We tend to not regard the sixth houses as much as we do other houses. It's one of those houses that I feel people kind of overlook a bit because it's just the day-to-day, you know, it's your health, it's your habits, boring, right? But actually, Jupiter here is, I think, really a blessing because it means that your day-to-day world is expanded. You're feeling more positive when you wake up in the mornings. You're feeling more positive about the world around you. Perhaps you're exploring your neighborhood more. Perhaps you're making use of the things that are around you and of use to you. Perhaps you have all these self-help books or health resources that you've never really used before, and now you're actually starting to make use of them. This is about your day-to-day life, your health, your feeling of positivity on a daily basis, just expanding. And you might just find that with this positivity that you feel, if you allow it to radiate, opportunity and luck just comes in out of nowhere. Okay, just as a result of you just going about your day-to-day activities. Of course, this can see some of you taking on pets as well, or expanding your pets, you know, the amount of pets you have if you already have pets. And this is also beneficial when it comes to health as well. This can bring positivity, and faith can be very healing at this time for you, Cancer. All right, faith can be very healing and act as an energetic tool to help heal any illnesses. I'm not a doctor, but you know, this is from an esoteric viewpoint. One thing I will warn against, though, is that because Jupiter expands, if you do have any health issues and you're not paying attention to them and you're not giving them, you're not looking after yourself in the way you should be, they can get expanded to the point that you have to pay attention, okay? They can get expanded to crisis points that you have to pay attention to them. So be aware of that. Jupiter tends to grow things, okay? Right. As well as this, we've got Neptune in Pisces, which is really beneficial for you, Cancer, because Neptune trines you, is another water sign. Okay, so you're feeling inspired from profound sources to experience and to grow. And Pisces rules your ninth house. So this is about broadening of your personal horizons, okay? I really think that you're starting to see life as being bigger than you have done before. And that's not to say that you are narrow-minded or small-minded. But I think with this change that's happening with you, Cancer, it's almost like the world is opening up to you, okay? The world is opening up to you. People are coming into your life to bring you opportunity. Your day-to-day life is expanding. There's this expansion that's happening as a result of you being selfish and following your own path, if I'm honest with you. So enjoy, you know, this is great. So you're going to experience a lot of shifts, a lot of changes as we go through the year. Be brave, be courageous, and allow what needs to fall away. And as far as, one thing I haven't mentioned actually is Saturn and Pluto, of course, in your 7th house, which is your opposing sign, right? Now, the 7th house is about other people, and especially on one-to-one partnerships. You have been challenged a lot when it comes to your partnerships and when it comes to other people. And I think that people have been a big source of growth for you and challenge, you know. Of course, you don't usually get one without the other. So people have been a big source, and relationships have been a big source of growth and challenge for you. And it's been helping you identify who you really are, where your boundaries lie, what your needs really are. Because without others reflecting back to us who we are, without them challenging us, it's how do we know who we are? How do I know what I like? How do I know that I like to have the door open for me if you only ever slam it in my face all the time, you know? How do I know without the experience of something challenging me? So this is what you've been going through. And in a way, what it's doing is it's helping to solidify and bring out that true identity of yours. And in a way, when people oppose us, when we are going through our lives and we find that we have a lot of opposition going on. For some of us, this happens most of our lives, especially those of us who have certain life path numbers. For instance, the ones get a lot of opposition. For others of us, it happens at certain periods during our life. Regardless, when you find people are opposing you a lot, and let's just say you're not just being an arsehole, right? You're doing your thing, but you just seem to be coming up, but people are just opposing you, or it's like they just want to have fisticuffs with you. Quite often the reason for that is it's the universe saying, don't look outside yourself for approval. It's trying to harden you up and say, believe in yourself. These people challenging you is actually a really good thing, because it means that you're not able to go with the crowd. It's forcing you to be authentic to who you are. And so that is almost like a distillation process that's been going on with you, Cancer. And so, you know, this is an area of growth. You're maturing in terms of your relationships with other people, okay? You're maturing in terms of how you deal with others, and you're learning to say no. You're learning to set boundaries, which is important for Cancer, really important. You know, you need to have enough energy for yourself. You need to have enough of your own resources for yourself and not just give away everything you've got. That's not what love is. Love isn't just about giving everything I have to the point where I'm left depleted, okay? So learning to say no, learning to set boundaries is very important. And, you know, going your own way is very important. And you will find that the more you go your own way, the more that you are true to yourself. Sorry, Cancer. I'll be back. The more that you find eventually people will soften, and you'll find that you start to be a guiding light for others. Right, after all of that, let's get into the eclipses for you and pull some cards, okay? So this year, we're going to have 5 eclipses altogether. 3 of them are going to happen in Capricorn, where the South Node is, all right? In your 7th house, so that's the house of other people. So 3 of them are going to happen in that area, and then 1 is going to happen in your sign, and 1 is going to happen in Leo. Right, so Leo ruling your 2nd house of income, your resources, your self-esteem, right? So what I'm going to do is for the 3 eclipses that are happening in Capricorn, I'm going to pull a card or 2 so that we understand what the theme of those is, because it's likely to run along very similar lines. So the first one, and you can write these down if you want, and bear in mind, you are Cancer, right? So the moon, what happens with the moon affects all of us, but for you it's particularly powerful. So I suggest that you make a note of these dates. So on January the 6th, we have a solar eclipse at 15 degrees of Capricorn, okay? And that is in, of course, your 7th house. And the numerology for that particular eclipse is a 6. On July the 16th, we have a total solar eclipse, and that is happening at 10 degrees of that is happening at 24 degrees. Let me start again. On July the 16th, we have a partial lunar eclipse, and that's happening at 24 degrees of Capricorn. Okay, and that's July the 16th. That, again, is a number 6 in numerology, okay? And I'll discuss this in a second. And then on December the 26th, we have a solar eclipse happening at 4 degrees of Capricorn. So, the 6th, the 16th, and the 26th are the eclipses that are happening in your opposite sign. So this is going to see changes when it comes to others in your life and the relationships you have with them. It could see you wanting to get out of something, ending something, walking away from something, or adjustments needing to be made in your partnerships, in your relationships with others, so as to give you more freedom, so as to give you more autonomy, right? So this is the time when you're apt to see those kinds of changes happening in terms of your relationships, perhaps things being eclipsed, people being eclipsed out, situations being eclipsed out. Make sure, I mean, if you need to let go of toxic people, these are great times to do it, and to clear out situations where, you know, you're just not feeling good anymore. These are fantastic times to do it. Now, the nice thing about the numerology for these 3 eclipses in Capricorn, so the first 2 are 6s. So we've got 6 of 6, and then we've got a 4. 6s are about healing and harmony. They're about love, they're about compassion. So the first 2 eclipses very much speak to me of healing energy. You are letting go of the expectations of others, perhaps letting go of toxic relationships and situations, letting go of having loose boundaries perhaps, right? And this is all happening in an energy of healing. And as a result, it provides more harmony in your life and for the healthy relationships that do exist. So the 6s, those first 2 eclipses have a lot of healing, harmonious energy, okay, which is really lovely. And then the third one on December 26th is the 4, which I love because that's grounded, it's stable, it's secure. So it's almost like you go through the year letting go, cleaning out, cutting ties with, and then you get to the end of the year and that eclipse is almost like, it's like, right, I did the work, I've aligned myself with people who are good for me, I've paid attention to my needs, and now I've finished the year on the 26th of December feeling grounded and stable and emotionally secure in myself, knowing that the people who are in my life now are people who are positive, healthy, and inspiring for me, and people who I love. Right, so you finish on that really grounding energy. So I'm going to pull cards for the eclipses in Capricorn. Okay, cool. I really like that. Oh, cool. Righty-ho. So we have the 8 of Swords in reverse, which is really lovely. So the 8 of Swords, when it's upright, usually means that we're stuck in a situation that we're not able to see a way out of. And usually it's our mentality, and it's the way that we're looking at things that's not allowing us to see the wood for the trees, or not allowing us to see a way out of the situation. You've got this in reverse, which is telling me that you're no longer being bound by, and I think this is being bound by certain people's expectations, certain people's judgments of you. Cancer can be one of those signs that can be fearful of what others may think of them, right? So this is almost like, I just don't give a shit anymore, okay? So this is really good. This tells me, Cancer, you're letting go. And that's what these eclipses are about. Letting go of the mental entrapment that other people's expectations or pressures or judgments put upon you. And then we have the 5 of Cups in reverse, okay? So the 5 of Cups in reverse, when we look at him upright, he's looking at the 3 cups that are spilt, and he's ignoring the 2 that are full behind him. Okay, so essentially he's crying over spilt milk and not appreciating and seeing what he's got. You're saying, and I know exactly what this relates to, okay, and it's water, and it's emotional, and it's Cancerian. You're saying, I don't care if it means walking away from situations or people who I have put years into, or a lot into. The fact that this is toxic and not good for me means that I will walk away from it. I am not going to allow myself to be guilt-tripped into anything. I'm not going to spend any more time in this situation or in this relationship just because I've invested so much already. I know now is the time to cut the ties, and I do not regret it. So you are cutting ties emotionally, mentally. You're leaving things behind. It has to do with your feelings about situations and people that have held you back, or that have actually made you doubt yourself, actually a lot. I think that's a big one, made you doubt yourself. This is walking away from that. And even if it's not literally leaving people behind or leaving situations behind, it's leaving behind any doubt, any self-doubt, any feelings of unworthiness, okay, as it relates to yourself. You can still keep people in your life who sometimes, you know, some people have some traits that are just, you know, they'll say the odd thing which really isn't very nice, and you kind of go, ow. Now, if that's all it is, and you're happy to keep those people around, that's fine. But it's being able to let go of other people's judgments, let go of other people's expectations in a way that serves you so you can move on emotionally. So that's what those 3 eclipses are going to be about. So this is real release, mentally, emotionally, and I love that. So that's really healthy for you. Okay, so we have that January the 6th eclipse in Capricorn, which I've spoken to you about. Then on January the 21st, we have a super moon, so that's going to be powerful. Total lunar eclipse. You're going to feel this, Cancer, you're going to feel this. This is at 0 degrees of Leo. 0 is potential energy, okay? It hasn't been made into anything yet. So where can you creatively use your resources to build the life that you want? Look who fell out, the Wheel of Fortune. Where can you creatively use your resources, and resources means your talents, your time, your energy, as well as your money, to create the life that you want? The Wheel of Fortune. I love this because this is kind of, this reminds me, you can see it's like the 0, okay? You have all the elements there. So this is speaking of basically taking that potential energy and creating with it what you want. So you see, Cancer, this year is really about you creating what you want in your life from what it is you truly desire that's right for you. So that 0 degree eclipse in Leo. Leo is about the heart, okay? So create from the heart. This is creating from the heart. Yes, it's a full moon, so it means a closure. So maybe something's going to end in order for you to have this fresh start, to create resources, to create income, to create, even to generate more self-esteem from doing something that means something to you. This is a change that's really going to get to the heart of you, but also, I think, open up new doors, okay? So this is a closing and a beginning with lots of potential, and it's up to you to choose how you want to use it, how you want to manifest this energy. But this is powerful, and the universe is saying, really, Cancer, know what you want and go for it, okay? So that's lovely, and that's on January the 21st, don't forget, okay? Okay, and then on July the 2nd, we have your eclipse, okay? So we have a total solar eclipse at 10 degrees of Cancer. Now 10 is about completion, but it also, I bring it down to a 1 in numerology, so it's a fresh start, okay? So this is fresh start energy for you, Cancer. This is what we've been talking about. So maybe there was something that ended at the end of January, and at first you might have thought, God, this is scary. But then from it, you created something from the heart. And then come July, you're really initiating it, and you're really starting to move forward with whatever it is. And this is a new moon, so this is initiating energy, progressive energy, okay? And it's about you. So let's find out what we've got here. Oh, okay. So we've got the Lovers in reverse. I'll put on another one to clarify. So the Lovers in reverse is making me think of that 7th house energy. Some of you may walk away from somebody at the end of January or even in July in order to free yourself and in order to really start a new journey on your own. For others of you, this speaks to, I see this as that 7th house energy of, you know, it's almost I'm going it alone, or even if I'm not going it alone, the Lovers is very much about, you know, you and me. I said to you already, this is the year to be selfish. I feel like this is the energy of I'm going it alone. I'm not looking at the other to reflect back to me what my needs are, or whether I'm doing well, or whether I'm a good person. I'm believing in myself, and I'm going it alone, and I'm doing it my way. Okay, so, but for some of you, I do think this could be to do with an ending of a situation in terms of a relationship, or perhaps a major adjustment is needed. For others of you, I think it is a sense of not looking to that other to reflect who you are, and just listening to your own intuition, okay, your own inner guidance. Oh, that was a bad shuffle, wasn't it? Start again. Okay, that's better. Okay. Okay. Clarify, Knight of Pentacles, okay. So, I'm going it alone. A lot of you are, I think, going to be starting something lucrative. Starting something lucrative, yeah. Investing in yourself, investing in your talents. This is investing in you. investing in you in not just in a superficial way, but really investing in you. And I don't just mean monetarily, I mean investing your time, investing your love, investing your faith in you, and not needing somebody else to complete you, but saying, no, I am enough. That is your saying this year, Cancer. I am enough. I love that, okay? So those are the 5 eclipses that we've got. January the 6th in Capricorn, January 21st in Leo, July the 2nd in your sign, Cancer, July the 16th in Capricorn, and December the 26th, also in Capricorn. To finish off your reading, I'm just going to pull a few cards from my Oracle decks. We're going to start off with the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. And if you like these cards, I will put a link in the description box if you want to check them out yourself, because they are very pretty. Right, what have we got for Cancer? I'm excited for you, Cancer. I feel like it's like you're just breaking the shackles off. Do you know what song just came to my head? Oh, what is it? Take the shackles off my knees so I can dance. I just want to praise you. I just want to praise you. That one. Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. That's it. Oh my God, you're the second one to get this. Dry Desert. That's crazy. I shuffled these. I feel like I should shuffle again, Cancer. I'm sorry. I really do, because Gemini just got that. I couldn't have shuffled that well. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Right, let's see what you got. Ooh. Rescue. I hope you can see that. It's a beautiful card. Right, rescue. So is this about rescuing yourself, Cancer? Let's have a look and let me read it out for you. You are always safe and secure and free to be yourself. Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from Spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within. I like that. And you know what I'm thinking as well? Jupiter in your 6th house can bring people into your life who are, into your day-to-day sphere, who are teachers, who are helpful, who are generous, who are kind, who want to be there for you. It can bring people into your daily sphere like that, you know. This can see health gurus, spiritual teachers and guides coming into your life in a really beneficial and positive way. Okay, our last card is an Earth Warriors Oracle card. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Diamond Tiger of the Black Moon. Second chances bring success. Isn't that stunning? Do you know what I love? Gemini pulled the lion. I just did Gemini's, and you now pulling the tiger. And this is brilliant. Diamond Tiger of the Black Moon. My lunar babies. You're diamond tigers, right? Apparently that's what you are. I love that. It's gorgeous. That is... Okay. I'll read this one out for you now. Getting there. Here we go. Your soul is on the diamond path of spiritual growth. You may feel pressured by life at times, but at a higher level, those challenges are helping you realize your true strength of character. You have the personal will, strength, and physical power that you need for success, no matter what has happened in the past. You are developing the spirit, passion, and vitality to fight like a tigress to finding her cubs. Believe in yourself. There is great dignity and strength in your heart. I love this. Do not judge anything or anyone, including yourself, and what you believe is possible based on the past. Reclaim and redirect your energy according to what matters most to you. You are stronger than you may realize. The return of strength after a challenge, second chances for success, and brilliant intuition or insight that ends a long-lasting cycle of repeated struggle are indicated. A prophecy is given for empowered leadership, spiritual attainment, and success after previous failure, which leads to an irreversible and positive outcome. Well, there you go. You are powerful this year, Cancer. So believe it. Believe in yourself. Don't let anybody distract you or tell you otherwise. I love you all. Much love.